This is FirstCoast.tv. We find ourselves here with Sabrina Butler. If you don't know about Sabrina Butler, well, she is the first woman who was on death row and walked away from it, and today lives a very good life. God's been good after all the pain and suffering. Now, Sabrina, you are from what state?
I'm from Columbus, Mississippi.
Columbus, Mississippi. And how old were you when you went into prison?
17.
Wow.
A little over 17.
Wow. And you were accused of what at that time?
Of killing my child.
Mm-hmm. And it took how long before justice proved that was not true?
6.5 years. I spent 2 years, 9 months on death row.
Wow. If you had to explain death row in just one or two sentences, how would you describe to be on death row?
Horrible, horrible, horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I can't put that in a sentence. I mean, it's just immeasurable as to what happens to a person, especially being accused of a crime that they didn't commit, and you being placed is torture.
And not only that, but you lost your little baby. Another question I had for you. So when were you released? When did you step out?
December 17th of 1995.
And you've been doing what since then?
I've been speaking and talking about my case and trying to raise my children since then.
Mm-hmm. Now, you're married now, and you have how many children?
I've been married 20 years. I have 3 children. My daughter has the same disease my son died from, and I have an 18-year-old and a 29-year-old.
Well, life is still a struggle in many ways.
It really is.
But I guess compared to death row, it's
better. It's
yeah.
better.
Yeah, everything's relative. I think Einstein was right.
Right.
And what do you want to? What is the awareness that you want to bring to the rest of the population that probably isn't aware of what happens behind those prison walls?
I mean, if you don't have a strong constitution, it's really horrible. I mean, it's torture, like I said, and I think that we need to change the system. I mean, the system has a lot of errors, and as long as we have those errors, we're going to keep making mistakes, like they did in my case.
Mm-hmm. Would you say there's a lot of people behind bars who should not be behind bars?
Yes, I would say that, yes. And unfortunately, it's racially motivated, and that's the sad part of it, but that's a fact.
Right. And you've come here to talk at the Unitarian Universalist Church.
Yes, I come to speak to them, hopefully to tell them my story and open the hearts and minds, and see what can be done with Florida's statutes on death penalty and things like that. Hoping it'll bring about awareness and change.
Now, how many times a year do you talk to groups?
Well, I do it as often as I can. I don't have a set time. I just do it when I'm needed.
All right. And what do you think is the reception? How do people receive you?
I have been received great. I mean, people love to talk to me, especially once they hear my story.
Yeah. I saw you there in that room where all those people a moment ago.
Yeah.
You were telling them a little bit of what you're going to talk about tomorrow, January 21st. But there was a lot of love in that room for you.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. They're really nice.
Well, I thank you very much. And if anybody wanted to know a little bit more, is there a website or a place they could go to get more information?
Well, you can look me up on Facebook, and most of the time, every speaking engagement that I went to, I talk about it, what I've done, and my book is at Sabrina Butler SabrinaButler.webs.com. But unfortunately, right now, I'm out of books, so you just have to keep checking in until.
And the title of that book is?
Exonerated: The Sabrina Butler Story.
All right. Well, I hope your story inspires a lot of people with courage, not just those behind bars, but those on the outside who can make the change to help those people.
Well, that's what we need, because see, without the people on the outside, we don't have a voice when you're behind those bars. You need someone outside to speak for those that's inside.
Right. I saw a lot of petitions, a lot of things to move this forward, and I thank you. I think our community needs people like you who bring this story to the front and see what we can do to change this world.
Thank you.
Thank you.